¿Qué onda, Chinganos? Welcome to Chicano Chingon, presented by Hacienda Las Glorias. I'm here with my co-host, NellMari Barrios.
What's your name?
I'm Arturo Barrios. Sorry.
I'm NellMari. That's my brother Arturo. And welcome to Chicano Chingon. We happen to have a live episode on the last Saturday of every month at Hacienda Las Glorias in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Check out our bio for more information on that. Last Saturday, every month, be there or be square. Shit gets
3 o'clock,
cool.
happy hour. Get your margs, hang out with us. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah. And with that being said, let's get right into it.
And our first segment, Culture Controversy.
Culture controversy. Arturo's no stranger to controversy.
I was going to say the same shit about you.
Damn. I'm not controversial. I'm chill.
Everybody's got that dog in them.
That's a nice way to put it. Nah, I'm always pleasant. But you know who isn't? Disney. And I don't think that's any new information. Disney's always having controversy for something. But they have a show now called Primos. It is their new,
It's fumbled, from what I hear. They fumbled the bag here.
They did kind of fumble the bag a little bit.
It's some goofy shit, man. I mean, even let's start with just the song they sang.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there's a theme song. They posted the theme song. They had to quickly take that shit down off of Twitter because it's Twitter, and they got
heated,
torn up. Yeah, because in the intro, Primos, if you don't know, means cousins. So the show is about a Mexican American family. The main character is a Mexican American girl, and she is living in a household with all of her cousins, and she has a lot of cousins all under one roof. It gets pretty crazy, I guess. And so in the intro or the theme song, they're saying "Oye Primos," and they repeat that over and over again. "Oye Primos," like calling everybody. Oye means hey, but they made a mistake because if you're talking to one person, like "Oye Primo," like "Hey cousin," that makes sense. But if you're talking to multiple people, you would say "Oigan" to refer to the whole group.
To properly use like your conjugation and stuff. If you're Disney, I'm assuming you're having some type of seat in teaching kids how to speak properly or cultural values or whatever.
So I don't think we can like play it, without getting the copyright, the video, but I could probably play the audio.
Oh yeah.
As long as you guys like talk over it, then it's a remix.
There we go. Yeah.
Remix. Here it is.
She got a hood.
She got a hood. Yeah, I don't know how many. Yeah, it's Oye Primos. Kind of like important to the song.
Yeah.
And they fucked it up.
Comments are turned off.
For good reason.
Yeah.
And the introduction of all those names we also have to get into because people weren't happy with the names of the cousins. But
aside from them being just like, people were saying they're very stereotypical with names. There was also just one name that stuck out particular that just felt inappropriate.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that
I think, first of all, though, the main reason, because there's controversy with the Oye thing. And I will tell you why there's controversy. It's quite goofy. People were saying, like, that's kind of stupid. Don't you have a whole team of people, like,
There's a PR team that does research on this shit.
Yeah, well, and we're like, when you're making the show and there's going to be Spanish involved, you maybe you want somebody who speaks fluent Spanish or just getting, double checking things. Nobody double checked Oigan. So many people made the show and nobody made sure that you were saying it right. I don't know. Kind of goofy. Not like necessarily offensive, but just kind of goofy.
Well, it's not even like, it doesn't even sound bad if you say Oigan. Oigan Primos. That sounds
Oigan Primos. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I loved the Oigan Trail.
The Oigan Trail. I didn't play that game.
What are we talking about?
I mean,
I started thinking about the real Oregon Trail. I was like, people died on that thing.
That's trauma right there. That's trauma from when I should have been doing my third grade homework.
They really traumatized us with the Oregon shit.
Yeah, that Oregon Trail.
That Oregon Trail.
I, off topic, remember we were reading some book about these people traveling on the Oregon Trail. And there was this horrible, horrible part in the book where in the morning, because I think they like moved all their wagons to a circle, whatever, like they do when they're staying the night or whatever. Yeah. One of the little girls died because somehow she got like some ribbons of her dress caught up in the wheel of one of the wagons, and I guess it moved and it just strangled her to death. And so they just found her the next morning. And I remember reading that in 3rd grade. Well, our teacher reading it to us and having explained, because we were all
is this a real thing or is this something that happened in the game?
No, this is a book. I think this was a real yeah. So like, and everybody's confused. They're like, what do these words mean? What happened? Why is she dead? Why is everybody crying? And the teacher
NellMari's there with a 1,000-yard stare, like, well, that girl died.
Well, and the teacher had to explain to us that she got strangled to death. And all of us are just like, why are we reading this? Why are you telling us this? This is fucking insane. But yeah, that just came back to me. I learned what strangulation was pretty early on.
What grade was that?
3rd grade.
I think. Oh, we had different teachers. Never mind.
Yeah, we're not in the same grade.
I didn't mean to take you guys off topic so bad.
Oh, no,
you're all good. Oregon Trail.
Back to
Great game.
Great game. Oregon, though.
Oregon. Got a little fucked up. So instead of saying Oye, they said Oregon. And the creator of the show, in response to this, because people were commenting and responding, they're like, it's Oregon, not Oye. And they're like, and people are making jokes like, gringos wrote the script, gringos are the ones who wrote this, like, what the fuck, making jokes. The creator came out and she made a whole video saying, she said a lot. She's like, Spanish is not Latin American language. This is not our language. It's a language that the conquistadors forced on us. So she got very defensive about it. And while I do understand that, like, you're not wrong with that, with that
assessment,
thing, like that language was forced on us. Now's not the time to talk about that. I can understand. I get a little annoyed when people are like, oh, you don't speak Spanish. You're not even Mexican. You're not even this, like basing like how close you are to your culture and heritage just on the language alone. That's a little goofy. And that's when I tell people like, hey, this wasn't even supposed to be our language. This language is forced on us. Like, fuck off. But that's not what we're talking about. If your Spanish is wrong, just say like, I'm sorry. I got a little Spanglish thing going on. I did mix it up. That was my bad. But she took
it personal.
Yes, and she made a long video saying like, I'm Mexican American. Sorry, I'm writing what I know. And so everybody's like, oh, so that means, so you didn't do research.
And quick question, is this the same person that called Mexico a shithole? Or is that somebody else? I don't know. I heard some creator, somebody involved in the making of the show.
The only reason I'm not sure is because I'm thinking of her username on Instagram, and so like her actual name isn't in it, so I don't remember. But somebody who did work on the show made a post dedicated to their parents, saying like, "Thank you for immigrating here, give me a good life," and talking about how her parents escaped their shithole country. So she called Mexico a shithole, and obviously, people didn't like that either because you just called a whole country a shithole.
If I'm remembering correctly, one of our old presidents said that about
old Donnie.
Good old Donnie.
Donnie Trump.
Didn't he just get indicted or something? I don't know. That's off topic, but people that call this country, Mexico a shithole,
Well, we've got the tweet.
Here we go.
Give me 1 second here, pulling it up, and boom. I guess your heads might be blocking a little bit of those words, but if you want to try, do you want to read that or you want me to read it?
I'll be honest, I can't see that.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I could pull it on my phone.
Here it is. But it says, hashtag gratitude challenge, day 11. To come from them is one of the creators of the show. To come from them is my greatest talent. I've been fortunate enough to be working my dream jobs, but if they had stayed put in that blank whole country, I would not have been alive to have such marvelous dream jobs. Hashtag immigrants make America great.
So, like, it's a nice hashtag on the end. You're not wrong. Like, immigrants make America great. But, like, also, like, you just shat on Mexico as a whole. And I understand people do. This applies to every country, though. People leave their home countries to look for better opportunities, whether it's in education or healthcare or just, like, job security wise. That applies to Mexico and everywhere else too. But to call the entirety of Mexico a shithole is just not.
Well, I feel like calling it in its entirety a shithole is also shitting on the fact that your parents came from there. Like, if I were to call the U.S. a shithole, which, I mean, like, it has its aspects, but it's not a big shithole. Like, I lived here my whole life, and I have appreciation for
I'll
things
call
that
it a
are here.
shithole. Just kidding.
It's
This feels hypocritical now.
I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
like, you can call things out. Like, yeah, like, I'm not a big fan of a lot of shit this country does.
Yeah, and
But
people
I
are
still got a
leaving
lot
this.
of love for it, you know?
Yeah, and people are leave this country for better opportunities elsewhere. Also, people go to the UK for better education because, I mean, mostly financially because
Healthcare. People go to Canada for healthcare.
healthcare. You know, a lot of different reasons people are leaving the US as well, and
And
it's not.
that doesn't, I mean, and that's a shitty thing that the U.S. can't provide those things.
Yeah, but the U.S. isn't a shithole. It's a very diverse. You know, there's a lot of shit going on in the U.S. You know, it's a very diverse place with a lot of things going on, and to kind of put it all into a label such as shithole is objectively kind of, it doesn't really make any sense. And so
Well,
you can apply that to Mexico too. People have a very not a very good perception of Mexico. Yes, there are bad things in Mexico, but like
much like other places in the world, there's also bad things happening
but
everywhere else.
Mexico isn't some like crime movie, you know? It like
It doesn't need that orange tint every single time that it's portrayed in the media.
Speaking of tints,
Oh, yeah.
the show also has that yellow tint going on, which like like
Nice.
right? That and people were like
Breaking Bad-esque.
yes. It's in the show. The sky is like straight up yellow in the show, and everybody's like, "This is kind of like why?" It actually, but to be fair though, the show doesn't take place in Mexico. It takes place in California. But everybody's like, "Okay," but they're in like a Mexican town or whatever, so it's got to have the yellow tint. So everybody's like, "Come on, really?" And
California, didn't it used to be a part of Mexico?
you're right.
So, like,
In my eyes, that is Mexico. But we're not starting that conversation. That was another joke. Anyways, the yellow tint thing isn't necessarily like offensive, but it's kind of like just
it's kind of like every time, bro. Like, come on, pick another spectrum of colors or something. I
I don't know. It's kind of annoying that like these people making a show for Mexican Americans and the Mexican American experience are like just doing that shit. It's like, oh, okay. But the names, oh my God.
The names.
So some people kind of got annoyed that one of the cousins' name was Nacho. And while I do think that like there are people with the name Nacho,
Yeah.
people were like, this is the name though to pick for like a character. It kind of just created a stereotype because it opens a thing for like jokes.
Yeah.
And also to clarify really quick, the tweet that we read with that quote, that's from the voice actress who plays the main girl in the show, Tater.
Oh, I don't even know if that's much better than the creator because like
Wait, she's the one that called it a shithole?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
the main voice actress called
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah, I just
shithole.
did a little bit of last minute research here. And yeah.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, her name's Mirna Velasco. Mernzilla is the tag, is the handle that happened on, but her account's private. Yeah,
She probably went private after that post.
yeah, I wonder. But Dan Harmon's in here, or not Dan Harmon. Who's the guy that made Phineas and Ferb?
Oh, I forgot his name, but yeah, he is
his name?
on the team for making that show. He was the one actually. There's a big selfie, a group selfie of them, and he's the one holding it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Phineas and Ferb, you know. I can get down
then
with,
it's
I can
fine.
get down with that.
I guess it's okay.
I
then.
take back everything I said. The show's totally
Scrap
okay.
all of it.
It's not a huge picture. I couldn't blow it up for some reason here, but
There's them.
there he is.
Doesn't he also voice Dr. Doofenshmirtz?
yeah.
Correct.
There's Dr. Doof.
Evil Dr. Doofenshmirtz Incorporated.
But yeah, there's a character named Nacho, and there's kind of like, you had to pick that name, like this kind of like a stereotypical.
First thing I thought of was Nacho Libre.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, same.
Absolutely.
me too.
Great movie, by the way. But
It was a good one.
he's got his eagle powers.
Get that corn out of my face.
It was a good ass movie. You should rewatch that. But that's not the worst though. The cousins being named. There's a cousin named Coquita.
The youngest
The young
little cousin.
Yeah, her name is Coquita. And it's spelled kind of like cookie, ita, you know, Cookita. But when you're making a show that has a lot of Spanglish in it and it's about Mexican Americans, you should also take into consideration that there's a lot of Latin American countries where cuca means something completely different, like vagina. Cuca means vagina in a lot of countries. It's slang, obviously, but that is just what it is used for. So cuquita is just like little vagina.
Here she is.
Here she is. There she is. In all her glory. Coquita. Oh, yeah. Representation, like Latin representation. And it just says gringos being gringos. It's a tweet in Spanish. But, yeah. Crazy shit.
There was one character named, was it Gordita? That was her nickname.
Oh, that one I feel like.
Like, hey, real recognize real, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I feel like that's not really, you know, that's a realistic thing, you know, in your families. Somebody's called gordo, gordito, whatever.
First time listeners.
First time listeners, you're looking at him. This is Gordo, all right? That was my family nickname. I'm always called Gordo. She calls me Gordo. You probably hear that.
If you've been here from day one,
listening,
you would know that this is Gordo, aka Arturo. But yeah, I thought that was kind of cute that they have a character named Gordita. That's kind of cute. Like, oh, like that's realistic of a Mexican family to call somebody, like, because it's in an endearing way. You can tell it's not to be mean.
Well, I read the description of the show, and like the main character, the girl I was singing, the whatever, it was described as like the imaginative little girl with such big dreams for the summer, and then her however many cousins are just dumped into her house, and so she's like sharing a bedroom with all of her cousins or whatever.
Yeah, and there was people saying like this is kind of exhausting, that, you know, like you didn't need to make, you know, one of the few Mexican representation shows have to be about a bunch of Mexican kids all in one house, because it is kind of a stereotype that like, oh, Mexicans have like a shit ton of kids and they're all like crammed in a tiny little house.
It feels like a quantity over quality kind of thing.
Yeah, but on the other hand though, the creator is saying that she wrote this based on personal, like her actual life. Like this was reflective of her childhood and how it was living with all of her cousins. So you have to consider like, okay, yeah, give her that. I understand. It's something that really happened. It's not like it's not true that this is a thing. And culturally, Mexicans are very, you know,
family oriented, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not uncommon to see family being so close like that, or looking after each other and taking care of each other in that way. But like in media, though, you see just like it's a very negative portrayal. It's not seen with the same endearment. It's seen with like poor Mexicans, shit ton of kids, tiny house, whatever. So like I can understand why people are kind of annoyed by this. I can understand why people are like defending it, like this is her life. It really happened. So it's one of those things you gotta, I don't know, it's something to consider, I guess.
I mean, I didn't meet the creator personally, but seeing that, I don't know, watching the intro song, whatever you want to call it, the theme song?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know, I just...
Oh, I didn't like
it felt kind of cringe, man. I'm not gonna cap. Like, I was just...
Yeah.
I don't know how you felt watching that thing, but...
I mean, I didn't feel very strongly. I just looked at it like, it's a new... I don't really like newer Disney or Nickelodeon shows in general, because I grew up with the good shit. I don't like... SpongeBob.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Ben 10.
Hell yeah.
Fucking
You know,
Wow Wow Wubsy.
the good stuff that had like, you know, slightly more mature, not mature humor, but humor that like kids would enjoy and adults who are watching with their kids can also kind of enjoy, because they gotta fucking listen to it. They should be able to tolerate it.
So yeah, we watch SpongeBob with our mom all the time, and so like we can quote things from SpongeBob,
And she gets
and
it.
she gets everything.
Yeah, she gets every reference. And sometimes she gets annoyed. She's like, you put SpongeBob into every conversation. I'm like, yes, I do. But
well, even going back and watching those shows now, we're able to
funny.
see the adult jokes that were also just kind of hidden in there, but
yeah, or even
not
just like
forced in.
And it doesn't even mean it's necessarily like inappropriate. Just like you'll see like, oh, this is humor that an adult can appreciate. It's like it's not boring. It's not just like dumb little kid like funny guy got hit, whatever. It's like it's funny shit. You don't see that anymore with Disney and Nickelodeon. It's all like gags and like puns and just like
laugh tracks.
the laugh track and the pauses for comedic effect or like the over exaggerated facial expressions. It's just cringe, you know? That's so when
high definition zoom in on Patrick's face or
yeah,
whatever.
I love that shit. The really detailed, crusty Mr. Krabs.
The new stuff, like they're doing it weird. They're making wonky
I don't
looking
even
faces.
like the newer SpongeBob. I stopped watching it a long time ago because I'm like, it's just kind of weird now. It's more like they just do like just I don't know, like weird shit, like somebody's getting hurt.
It feels like
funny
a lot
noise.
of visual, yeah.
Yeah, they really like. I know SpongeBob was already kind of a stupid character, like he's not the brightest, but they made him so fucking dumb. Like it's to the point it's like infuriating. I'm like, this is annoying. So yeah. So that's how I felt when I was watching the theme song. I'm like, it's just like one of the newer shows. It's kind of cringe. I was like, I don't know.
Did you guys know that there is a version hidden at Nickelodeon of, you know that episode of SpongeBob where they're like cursing?
Oh yeah.
And then they replace it with like dolphin noises or the auga kind of thing. Yeah.
17 bad words or something like that.
Right. There's been like a hidden version because they had the actors just say a bunch of curse words and then they went over and dubbed the noises. But guess what just got found?
The hidden. So like.
Crabs is.
Listen. Oh, wait. It's muted. My bad. 1 second.
I'm so excited.
What do you got your word for?
Nuh-uh, not that word. That word.
Fucking face. Oh, hey, I think I know what that means. That's one of those sentence enhancers.
Sentence enhancers?
You use it when you want to talk fancy. You just sprinkle it over anything you say and voila! You got yourself a spicy sentence sandwich.
Oh, I get it. Let me try. Hello, Patrick. Lovely fucking day we're having.
Why, yes it is, SpongeBob. This fucking day is particularly fucking lovely.
How fucking right you are, Patrick.
Taxation?
It's that.
Fuck yeah.
You're right, Patrick. My
I want to watch that whole episode uncensored. That would be amazing.
It's great.
So like
I would die happy.
to be honest though, I'm struggling to like believe if it's actually real.
It
could definitely
sounds
be one of those
almost
AI
slightly
things.
unnatural when he says fucking. It doesn't flow with the rest of his sentence.
In this day and age, you could easily fake that kind of thing.
That's true.
Easily.
Isn't that freaky?
Super freaky.
You could make Kanye sing Born to Die.
You can make them sing in Japanese.
I mean,
I've seen those.
So these days, you type in, you can like give AI an example of like, here's what this person talks like. Now, can you write me a sentence? And you can even say, write me a sentence that like, and use all these old social media posts to come up with the language.
Okay.
So technically, now that you guys have put your voices out there so much with this show, somebody could put your voice into an AI and have you say whatever the heck they want.
Oh, shit.
I just got here. Nobody make me say any weird shit. I just got on the internet. Okay,
Hey, bro,
I'm not trying
you
to
don't
get
need anybody
canceled.
to say that for you. You're doing it plenty good by yourself.
Fuck you, man. That's not what I meant. I just don't get me canceled. You know, don't make me say any. I don't know. Don't do it to me.
Speaking of
Just
canceled,
don't.
our Primos. We want to talk about our Primos, right?
Speaking of cancel. Well, the thing is,
What
though,
happened to your Primos?
he's not even wrong. Our Primos are just very
They're unfiltered sometimes. I mean, they have like. I'm not saying that they don't have morals and value because there's like certain things that they don't say, obviously, like us, but they have some dark humor.
they are
Pretty funny, kind of like shout out to Sexy Housewife podcast, that kind of thing. Like they have the same
very
kind of
dark
humor.
They're
Yeah.
also just very inappropriate
Yeah,
and kind of assholes. Love you guys though. You're all dicks.
it's all love though. It's all love.
Yeah. Well, if we're gonna talk about our primos, we should get into the word of the day because it falls into the word of the day.
Word of the day.
Yeah. The
What is
word of the day. Our word of the day today is fuck. Fucked.
I was trying to follow your lead and be like, I don't know, is this like a segment thing? Are we doing a whole
I don't
intro?
know, because he brought it up, and then I was like, well, fuck, shouldn't we make that a separate segment? Should we cut that?
Today's the experimental segment episode.
That's true.
So we're just like throwing stuff out.
I do want to do the Dora thing, to be honest.
Oh, the Dora thing?
Yes.
Like a Dora announcer. I didn't know if we were still talking about the Disney show or not. So I was like, hey, our Primos?
Well, the way
That's
you
the
said
shit
it,
I'm
though,
thinking
was like,
about.
hey, we're going to start talking about our Primos now.
I'll cut.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Do
it.
it the doorway.
Doorway? Okay.
Okay. All right, well.
And now it's time for our favorite segment.
Hell yeah.
Spanish phrases.
Oh, my back.
Today's word is whatever.
Primo.
Primos.
Okay.
Can
I'm
you
gonna do that.
say primos?
Primos.
You know.
Do you want me to do the introduction for the
And-
thing so I can do the voice?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I can go that. I don't think I can comfortably go that high.
Nah,
I don't think.
No, you can't.
I don't think you guys want to hear that.
that's okay.
I want to hear it so bad.
And our word of the day, primos.
that actually.
It sounded like Mickey Mouse.
Oh. I was gonna do a goofy laugh.
Gotta make it. Right. And now it's time for our favorite segment, the most exciting segment of the day. It is our word of the day. Today, our word is verga. Can you say verga? V-E-R-G-A. Verga. Say it.
Verga. I'm practicing. I don't use this word.
You did great. That was
thanks.
wonderful. I hope you said it too. I'll know if you did or didn't.
You better say that.
You better say that word.
Or a la verga contigo.
Vete a la verga.
Well, anyway,
Just kidding.
what does that word mean?
So verga means penis. It's not.
All right.
Yeah. And of course, like we've said before. Oh, the scream, yeah. Got me. Like we said before, there's a lot of words that mean something literally in Spanish, and it's used in a completely different way. So there's different phrases. There's different ways to use the word verga. It's not typically used to refer to penis specifically, but there's different ways. So, for example, you can say a la verga, de la verga, or vete a la verga. Very fucking rude. Just
Don't say this to your grandma. Yeah.
let me just clarify. You can't say this shit. This is not something you hear on TV or the radio or in conversations with people. Like you just can't. It's so vulgar. It's so inappropriate and it's so rude. So if I was mad at you and I wanted to tell you to fuck off, I'd be like, vete a la verga. You know, get the fuck out of here. Or, you know, yeah. So there's also like, it's a kind of a reactionary thing. So if I wanted to say like say something bad happened or say I dropped a box full of a bunch of shit everywhere and that's really frustrating. And I'm like, la verga, you know, because I'm mad. I just dropped that shit everywhere. I'm going to say la verga because I'm pissed off, you know? Or
I feel like a lot of people that speak Spanish have that one word they say when they drop something or they do something that like stubs their toe or something.
yeah, and I have words like that too. And I'll be honest, I never really, it's not a part of my vocabulary. I don't use the word verga that much, ever, actually.
I never use it either. I feel like it's hard to kind of fit into sentences for me.
It's just not a part of my vocabulary. It's very, very vulgar. I hear it like on the daily in the kitchen, like at work. I'll hear the cooks like, a la verga, or like something like that. You know, I'll just hear it randomly. I'm like, all right. But you know, it's not something I say.
Well, they're like a big kitchen family, so they're that comfortable with each other.
Yeah. And
And you
sometimes
can say it to me too, but that's not something that we usually say to each other.
yeah, it's just not like, it's not a usual thing. When I'm like frustrated or mad, like if I drop something, like, ay, chingo, like, fuck.
Yeah.
Or like,
Same thing.
yeah, it just means like, fuck. Or like when I fuck up something like,
Chingao?
like chingado with like the D, but
Oh,
like
so
it's
it's
kind of,
like the show.
it's just like mixed up, like like us. Chicano Chingon.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Chinga, it's like, yeah, but it's when you say it, it just kind of like mashes together a little bit.
And again, we need to reiterate, context is very important when you're using these words.
Context is key.
Context is a very big key here.
So I usually I say other stuff, but I never say verga. Super vulgar. Super rude. If my parents would hear me saying it, they'd be very offended. Had a conversation with my dad. He did not like talking about it. He wasn't offended, obviously, because there's context in the conversation that we're having. I'm asking him, like, yeah, we're going to talk about this word. What do you think translating wise? And he's like, he just made it very clear. He's like, I don't like having this conversation. This is very uncomfortable. So it's like, understandably, because that is my father. But
it's the same thing.
Thank you, Papa, for helping me with that. I know you didn't want to. Appreciate it.
There's a flashback to the que pedo.
Oh, yeah. Flashback to the que pedo conversation.
Don't say that to me.
Don't ever say that to me again.
So there's like a bunch of different ways that you can use the word, right?
Oh, yeah. And he was saying earlier, he said it to me, and I'm trying to remember. I hope I don't get this wrong. The no sabo kid in me is going to come out a little bit. He was telling me like that there is a way to kind of describe things like, oh, this thing's hot as fuck. Like, este está caliente de la verga. Or I think he said like caliente de la verga. Or, yeah, like that. And it's basically just putting emphasis like it is hot as fuck, But you just...
It's like saying it's hot as balls out, man, that's the
right,
English
it's just
equivalent.
very inappropriate.
Hot as penis out here, you guys.
It is hot as penis. And you know what? That is a jarring thing to hear. That's why he doesn't say that in front of his mom, stuff like that.
He doesn't say it in front of us either.
No, he I've never heard him say that because that's something he probably only says around his friends and stuff like that. So, not that our parents have never cussed around us, but like that is just like one of those words that's like way up there. Like, I don't know if I want to hear my dad saying that. Actually, I do. I think that would be funny. I want to hear that.
It would be pretty funny.
Would be very
I like hearing, because growing up, like he didn't always say a lot of bad words, but like now that we're like,
oh yes, he
more
did.
adults,
He just did it in Spanish.
Well, he didn't. I don't think he did too much in front.
Oh, not that much.
At one point
but
he
like
stopped. But...
Actually, no, because when we were little kids, this is a funny story. He didn't really cuss in front of us, but sometimes he did, and he would teach us things in Spanish. So like when he'd kiss us goodnight, he'd be like, "Yeah, I love you, te quiero mucho." We'd say that to our parents, like "te quiero mucho," which means "I love you a lot." And my dad taught us to say "te quiero un chingo," which means "I love you a fuck ton." And I remember as a little kid, he's teaching us. He didn't translate to us as kids because we didn't know what it meant. But he's like, "Say te quiero un chingo," and he's like getting us to say it. And I remember my mom in the doorway. She's like, "Edgar, really?" And he's like, "Stop, it's fine." He's like getting us to say it. And as a little kid, I'm like, "What? Why can't we say it?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is funny," because he's laughing. He's laughing when I say it. Why is it so funny? So I do remember that actually.
It's a fun word to use, Chicano, Chingon,
Chingon, yeah.
He was preparing you for this moment.
For this moment specifically that he didn't want. So
Joke's on you.
Thank you, Papa.
Goes around, comes around.
If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here to talk about. I'm gonna stop dropping it when I'm talking to my dad directly.
Great. Let's move to this segment.
Yeah,
Let's
we're
move to the
done.
next segment. I'm going to cut there. What's the last thing we want to do? We want to do the Arthur or Edgar thing.
The Arc of Edgar.
The Arc of Edgar. So how do you
That's
want to...
a lot of video watching. Okay, right? Because we're going to watch that one video, the main one, which is blurry as fuck, and then we're going to watch the second video where the soldiers come in and throw his friend in.
Yeah.
Also blurry as fuck, and then there's the redemption video where it's like he dealt with bullying as a kid, but then now he's in public speaking because of his. Literally, this video like gave him his job now.
Should we just skip to parts of the video? I haven't seen that. I don't remember ever seeing that video. I don't think I've seen that. The glow up one.
I haven't seen
I don't
that
know
third
how-
one.
I watched it when we were talking about it last week.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah.
And who is texting me?
Text. Un text.
Yeah.
Mensaje.
Yeah, let's just do all three.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
good content. Okay? It's just I need to be better about getting going with you guys sooner. But
That's
we get in
also-
here and we talk,
Yeah, that's also on us. We need to show up a little earlier.
No, you're fine. I mean, yeah, be on time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time we're gonna be early.
But you're fine. Let's see here. Okay.
Do we want to open it like
Edgar.
meme culture time?
Yeah.
Edgar,
Meme culture? A lot of culture stuff today.
I
I want to talk about culture.
It's about culture. Jail's married to Batman.
Should I open up like that? I want to talk about culture, guys. This is my culture talk time, and we're gonna talk about meme culture,
Meme, if you will.
the meme culture.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we just call it, you know, for today is like the arc. I like calling it the arc Edgar.
The arc of we need to have like the pizzazz or something.
The more you know. Yeah.
But where's his redemption? Oh, is it Edgar's revenge? That's what it is.
Good on him.
Okay, and then
I get so burpy when we're recording.
I didn't say this at the beginning of the podcast because I don't know, I didn't think about it, but like, I have a headache, so I do want to apologize for my lack of input.
you're killing
Oh, I thought
I just feel like this headset is just squeezing my head, but it's not because I just
Oh
took
my
it
God.
off. I just took it off, but
loosen
it's
it up.
fine.
Okay, or no, wear it if you don't want to. You don't
No,
have to wear it.
I'm gonna wear it. I'm just like,
I think you've been
my
doing,
head just like
you've
is
been doing
just
fine.
out here doing it.
I wouldn't have even known anything was up if you didn't say that. So you're good. No worries.
Just trying to communicate.
You've been killing it.
Sorry that you had to hear that gulp.
I actually didn't hear it. I usually
Oh.
do. I usually fucking hate it.
Okay.
All right.
So the first video is 42 seconds. The second one is 51 seconds, and the third video is 3 minutes and 16 seconds. So while we're doing things like this, you need to not just passively watch. You need
Okay,
to
we can just
talk,
talk
over,
over it. Okay.
the entire thing pretty much. And they'll
Yeah.
say things here and there, but I'm going to keep it low. So like you guys, your narration is the main thing.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do
Talk
that.
over these videos, you know. Oh, okay. So as a kid, you know, whatever it is, like
Yeah.
you don't need to be quiet for the video. You're the main part.
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay.
You can do the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bring us in, Arturo, with like, all right, Chicona is whatever the fuck. It's time for our final segment of the show. Now, this has been bothering me for a long time. There's been this guy who just didn't get his fair shake, but I think talk about a story arc. Today's segment this is now, I don't know, the Edgar's.
I think I got something like.
You.
Okay, I want to be like, I like that culture thing I talked about last time. So like, I want to talk about culture. More specifically, meme culture. All right, now the Edgar arc, we all know Edgar, right? Creek kid, fell into the water.
Chicanos know, but if you don't,
Yeah, wait, por favor. Like that kind of guy. You know that guy.
Yeah, yeah. And then like direct me. Alex, pull up the clip.
Alex, clip please.
You know,
Yeah.
like boss me around a little bit. Like just take control of this episode now. Okay. Alex, pull up the clip. You're gonna see right here. Like you're presenting a defense.
Like
for
I'm
your-
on National Geographic. You're gonna see our little
Yeah.
fella Edgar here fall into the water.
this is your segment.
Right. So as you can see, the little one is trying to keep up with his friends, but unfortunately for him, like I as a child, he is a bit gordo. You know, have some fun with
You're
it.
a meme. Bring out the full meme in you.
Bring out the meme.
I gotta channel it.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. Channel your International Geographic. Okay.
Gotta bring all the meme knowledge back up to the surface. All right, I'm good.
All right, we're following you.
Okay.
All right, chicos. I want to talk about culture. More specifically, meme culture. All right,
Memes, if you will.
memes, if you will. All right, and not just any memes. All right, this one is integral.
It's part of
to-
Mexican culture.
Absolutely, everybody knows an Edgar in their life. I mean, my dad's an Edgar. I'm an Edgar. My middle name's Edgar. This is
Special to you.
foundational. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you the clip here. All right. Keep an eye on our fella here in the red shirt, whose name is Edgar. All right. Alex, please. We're going to see our he's friends with an asshole, apparently, in an orange shirt here.
No, güey. No, güey.
No way.
No, güey, por favor. Ahí, ándale. No, güey, no.
And we all had that creek behind our house growing up. We would all play in.
¡Ya, güey! ¡Pinche pendejo, güey! pinche vato, güey. De nada, güey. Pinche vato. Ya, güey. Ya, güey, por favor, idiota.
And it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy.
It really is.
Because I mean, I haven't experienced that, but my brother Francisco has. He fell into a creek, you know, and I'm taken back to that moment. And it's the Yahweh por favor, and then
He is begging. He is pleading.
he's like, this kid's taking out his bridge underneath his feet.
Yeah, that's actually kind of fucking horrifying.
It is, yeah. And if it's like, you know, I don't know how to swim personally. That's a secret about me. I don't know how to swim.
That
So
thing's like
that's
2 feet deep.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know that. I'm out in the water.
Yeah.
What?
Arturo doesn't know how
I
to
can't swim. I mean, okay, life or death situation, I could probably figure it out. But
That is
I don't go
not
and do that shit for fun.
what you want. What? You don't know how to swim?
You know what's funny too? We both took swimming lessons as kids.
What?
So
But don't sit here and act like you're an amazing swimmer. You
didn't say
you can
it, but I
doggy
could-
paddle.
I-
That's it.
Do you know how to ride a bike?
I can ride the hell out of a bike.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I can swim. I didn't say I was a good swimmer, but at least I could swim.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I just usually when I'm in the water, I don't like to stick my face in the water, so I doggy paddle.
Well, and if it's creek water, you know. Well,
doesn't
I'll give you
feel
that. That
nice.
you usually did that because you might have had makeup on or whatever.
No,
Like
even
you-
with that, I don't like doing this shit. I don't want to put my face under the water. I don't like. No.
I don't like the pain in my eyes. Besides the point, creek water is disgusting.
Yeah, it's fucking
and
gross.
Edgar was just dumped into that shit.
We just watched him get betrayed.
Betrayed by somebody he would call a friend, all right? And they're walking wherever the hell they are by a creek, all right? Now, Alex, I'm going to ask you to pull up another video. This is Alex, and he's getting his revenge. He's
Alex?
got, I don't know, not Alex. Alex is playing the video. Edgar, he's getting his revenge with his
Eh, güey, no se vale empujar
fucking
el agua.
hired
No,
cavalry. I don't even know,
No,
like...
güey. Sí, güey. No, güey. Sí. Te vas a caer, Edgar. No, güey, no. No pasa nada. No,
Fuck
güey,
the
ya.
cameraman too, by the way.
Está sucio, está sucio.
Yeah, we could
You
talk.
betrayed him also.
Ya, güey.
This is recorded on a fucking potato.
Ya. Vato, güey, ya nada, güey. Vato, ya, güey.
It's old if you couldn't tell. It's historical.
Here comes the cavalry, bro.
Arriba, güey. No, arriba no.
To
Sí,
save the
güey.
day.
No. Ande la cámara.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Edgar got him.
He's like, get the cameraman too. As he should, as he should. Yeah.
And that's the redemption, you know.
Emperador que llevas dentro.
That is
I didn't
what
know.
Oh, right.
Edgar
Here.
deserved.
Emperador.
Oh yeah, it's a
Rellenos
commercial.
de
And it's a
poder.
commercial, yeah. Like that's an amazing redemption. It was such an important video. You get your own commercial for candy or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah,
It shows you
that's-
how big that meme was.
Edgar got paid.
That blew up.
Yeah, as he should. He got betrayed like that. He got thrown in the water. He got some wet pants. I'm glad he got money from that.
Very proud of him.
King.
And the Yahweh por favor.
Yahweh, por favor. That is like
That's
integral to
foundational.
Mexican meme culture. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I find myself going back to that just
I quote it all the
often.
time. Yahweh,
Yeah.
por favor.
Along with my huge knowledge on SpongeBob memes and whatever the hell, Edgar is on top of my Mexican Latino memes. All right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's important, very important. And apparently, Alex, God bless him, did some research on the side, and he found a third video of fucking Edgar nowadays. Like he's got a whole he's got a job.
He got a glow up. We got to see his
He
glow
got
up.
paid, man.
He got paid. He got money.
Falling into a stream was uploaded to YouTube. But who was
The
responsible
scream
for the
echoing.
hilarious
The
yet horrendous
narration.
fall? Where is the chubby
at him.
boy today? Well, children, let's find out as we
Edgar.
take a look through meme history.
So I know I'm not chubby now, but gordo is a very important word. You know, it's a very important nickname to me. And to
Yeah.
see homie over here called Gordo from time to time, it's like, yo, real recognize real.
That's your homie.
It's my homie.
Yeah. If only we could meet him. Actually, that would
Dude.
be cool to meet.
If we could get him on the podcast, that'd be sick. Hey, Edgar, if you're watching,
On a sunny, peaceful
I like
whole
you, dude.
thing.
We love you, bro.
This
This is a documentary,
right?
I feel like I'm.
Some National Geographic shit.
I promise the video's like only 3 minutes. We got to be like a minute in now.
Captured by Uncle Raul.
Here we
shows
watch the
Edgardo
betrayal.
Martinez
His uncle.
attempting to
That was his uncle recording?
That's
oh my God. He's watching these kids. He's getting fucking mad at him. He's just like, let it happen.
Anything for the views.
Anything for the view.
It's like, this is going to get us a commercial one day.
It is old as hell. Wasn't this was like what, 20 years ago?
Something like that.
Yeah. But it's like, we never forget. It always stayed a part of the meme culture, the memes. Sorry.
Thick boy.
In the Mexican water.
I'm fast forwarding.
Stardom for TV commercials.
Yeah.
Internet
Started
success,
getting paid.
however, came with a price. Today, Edgardo reveals the video
Edgardo.
due to the overwhelming
Is that his full
fame
name?
he received. Being the target
Edgardo?
of constant bullying,
He has
due
the
to
shirt
embarrassing
framed.
natural distress
That's
of the viral
amazing.
footage, took a toll
I
on the
mean, it's a
pubescent
piece of
boy.
history.
Absolutely.
Fortunately,
That
just
belongs in
like
a
the
museum.
clip,
Yeah.
Edgar managed to
Oh, yeah.
rise once more. The boy has grown
I
into a
imagine,
handsome
though,
man and admits
as
his
a
famous
kid, blowing up
Yahweh
like that and
changed
becoming a
his life
meme
for the better.
can't
Returning to fame
be
with
the
his
best
own
for you.
YouTube
I feel like
Probably not.
kids getting famous in any kind of way, that has to have a negative effect. I'm sure that fucked with him a little bit.
Probably a little bit, but I mean, he looks like he's doing pretty decent now. I
Oh, well,
mean,
yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm glad that, you know, he looks like he's living it up, you know?
Hell yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Turned it into a job.
Hell yeah.
The negative thing that threw you into a river by your uncle and probably your cousin, I'm assuming. I don't know the other guy. Orange shirt kid threw him in the water.
Orange shirt kid. I mean,
Made something good out of it. And that's awesome.
Got something from that betrayal. That was awful. All right, you guys, this has been another episode of Chicano Chingon presented by Hacienda Las Glorias. Don't forget that on the last Saturday of every month, we'll be doing a live episode from 3 to 4 p.m. during happy hour. So if you want to catch us live, see the magic in real life, First Avenue, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Be there, be square. You can check the bio for more information on that.
Stay up to date with our Instagram, Facebook,
TikTok. We're on all of it. If it's not Chicano Chingon podcast, it's Mango Mustache. But you know what? You can check out the bio for all that information. And don't forget, mangomustache.com/Chicano Chingon for more information on everything.
and to stay up to date with all of our new videos dropping every Wednesday,
Hit that bell.
hit the bell, hit the subscribe button, share with a friend, and maybe
Like.
they'll remind you, hey, new episode just dropped today.
Leave a good review. And we're also on Spotify, Apple Podcast. You can follow us on there. And yeah, make sure to share with a friend. That'll make you bien chingon. But you know what? Once again, if we missed anything, that is all in the bio. So be sure to come back next Wednesday. We will see you soon. Chicanos, stay chingon.
Stay chingon.
Mango Mustache Media.